Merry Christmas, everybody. This is Robin at Shanti Art Creations, preparing some Christmas cards because it is December and I'm not finished my Christmas cards yet. So I've got a few things out here. I'm going to bring my paper trimmer out, but I'm going to use basically the majority of these supplies that are out here. Possibly more, possibly less. We'll see how it goes. But the first thing I want to do is trim this star paper down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's a little hard to tell on this cutter because it's doesn't show past 5 inches. But I've got my card base here. So I'm just going to kind of line it up on there and see. Clearly it needs to be trimmed a little more. So instead of taking out my large cutter and doing true measurements, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. So it looks pretty decent there. It needs a little trim off of the side. Pick this side and do just a little smidgen and hope that that's enough. Okay, that will work. So that's basically going to be the front of the card, and I have this shiny gold paper that I used on my last card. I'm going to do the same thing, just put a strip there, which means, actually, you know what, one way I could do this, so I know exactly how much to cut off. Lay it down, take my little pencil, do it this way instead. And that didn't cut super straight going that way. All right, let's measure and see if that worked. Oh, look at that. It even seems like it needs a little smidgen more off. So we'll put it the top way up this time. That should be enough. Yeah, that'll work. So set this aside. It's going to be like that roughly. I'm going to use this Sizzix die. It's a nesting die, so I'm going to use both sizes. I think I'm going to do this one in beige paper I had. I don't know where that went. Maybe it's underneath. Ah, it's over by my Gemini Junior. So I'm going to cut out beige that I'm going to stamp that. Actually, I don't know if I want to do that because I want to put the bigger one on this funky textured paper. So I might actually want white, or this isn't quite white. Let's see. That's not quite white. I think I have some White Dove cardstock, which will probably match that a little bit better. Then I will cut this one out of, but I'm going to cut this one out. So I'm going to go over to my Gemini Junior with both of these, cut them out, and then I'll be back. All right. I actually found this paper cardstock that was from the Recollections Coffee and Cream paper pack, which I think the color maybe works a little better. So my plan is to layer these and put them on there somehow. I'm not sure if that's going to go over top. It might just be on the side. And I'm going to stamp a sentiment on there. And I think I'm going to stamp Seek Him This Christmas. And I might do it kind of down towards the bottom because then I can maybe stamp that Star of Bethlehem up there. So I'm positioning the stamps where I want them to go on the little sentiments piece there. And then sticking them to an acrylic block and prepping my embossing powder. I stamp them using VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink, and then I heat set it using the Wow Metallic Gold Rich Superfine embossing powder. See the shine there? That's what we were looking for. That stuff away. And now all we have to do is assemble the card, and then I will probably stamp a sentiment on the inside. But first things first, basically line this up, take my craft double-sided glue tape runner. So you'll see that my craft glue tape ran out pretty quickly and I didn't have another one, but I recently purchased the Tombow Xtreme permanent adhesive. So I'm using that for the first time. And then I'm going to use the Barely Art glue and stick the sentiment onto the little gold piece there. And then I also use that Barely Art glue to attach that strip of gold corrugated paper. And then I wanted to pop up the sentiment on foam tape, so I'm using some Scotch foam tape to pop that up. And then all that's left is to take off the release paper from the back and stick it onto the card. Yeah, that's pretty. The star matches really well with the paper. And I want to stamp something inside. So I've got this set from Stampendous, which is called 'Tis the Season. So I just quickly chose which sentiment I wanted to stamp inside the card, and I stamped it using VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. All right, here we go. This shiny, sparkly Seek Him This Christmas. May your family enjoy a special season filled with love, joy, and peace. All right. Merry Christmas, everyone. See you next time.